simply has a concept of life that enables him to be a natural mystic.
Reacquaint you with the eternal laws of the universe.
It is the study of the hidden laws of nature. Occultism is the study of the hidden laws of nature. How shall we define occultism? The word is derived from the Latin occultus, meaning hidden.
This is the most occulted knowledge on the face of the earth.
So now I gotta swing in you a little educated hip-hop.
What does it mean to understand natural law? So, natural law is the body of universal spiritual laws that govern the consequences of the behavior of beings with the capacity to know the difference between right and wrong. Understanding natural law means that you have developed conscience, and conscience is knowledge. People think of conscience as action. It is not action. Conscience is knowledge.
Exploration of sound vibration and further examinations of dimensions of the mind, space, and time. Do not be alarmed at the apparent appearance of a misguided planet, for everything is fully under your control and you so choose it to be that way. See that?
Since the great laws of nature are in fact working in the invisible world far more than in the visible, occultism involves the acceptance of a much wider view of nature than that which is ordinarily taken. The occultist, then, is a man who studies all the laws of nature that he can reach or of which he can hear. And as a result of his study, he identifies himself with these laws and devotes his life to the service of evolution. And he doesn't mean macro-biological Darwinian evolutionary theory. He's talking about evolution in consciousness, evolution toward the higher life, toward the higher self.
The causal factor for humanity's continuing loss of freedom is that humanity as a whole, in the aggregate, as a species, remains completely ignorant of natural law. Because this is the most occulted knowledge on the face of the earth. And it is the solution. This is the solution to the current human condition of slavery, and there isn't another solution. Not because I'm presenting it, not because I say so, because it is the truth that is discoverable by any human being. Period. It is what is there. And until we do discover it as a species in the aggregate sense, expect more of the same. Expect more slavery. Expect more suffering. It will never change unless this causal factor, ignorance of natural law, changes. That's it.
And we keep hearing about Indian prophecies. Can you tell us a prophecy?
Everything is coming to a time where prophecy and man's inability to live on earth in a spiritual way will come to a crossroad of great problems.
Ready for the change.
And it ties into natural law.
I try to warn ya that change is coming round the corner. Prophecy, the signs upon ya. I got to read what the earth is telling me now. We got to walk in a good way. communicate in these last days. We on the brink of that feeling, and now we must start the healing.
Stop the killing, hate, start the healing. Make sense of the feeling contained, the brain's feeling fake. Apocalyptic are these humans, doing what they can to manifest doom itself. Do what you're dealt. The oracle explain hopable pain yet to be felt, yet can be helped. A plottable fame, just a frame left on the shelf. Grabbing the prescription, distances, scribbling maps with their eyes closed. Intuition, is it coincidence the future was tapped in, revealed by psycho? This is the final cycle, foreseeing. Bible, reliable idols for speeding. A certain survival for horsemen are stampeding. Reading in between the lines, I realize that this is all in my mind. The blind will lead the blind, hopelessly looking for connection, but this all fine. Find yourself confined to the constraints of somebody else's time. No need to rewind, just remember the signs transcending divinity into a lifetime.
I tried to warn ya that change is coming round the corner. Prophecy, the signs upon ya. I got to read what the earth is telling me now.
Save us, this world is contagious. Infectious diseases increases the violence as it rises. The hate be seeping, the strong be sleeping. Wow, the children be creeping out in the middle of the night with no fear in their eyes, where the devil sees them. 'Tis the season for jolly times in the city of cement. The pain is evident, corruption is a sediment. Love is what we meant, but hate got the better half, and now the settlers laugh. Minus it, you do the math. Love has the power to silence their laugh. Creation, a statement of love. Grab, never let go. Rebuild, reconquer, life can reflourish and grow. That lies is fertilizer for the soil and mow. Plant it in your children and grow. Mother Earth, the universe and globe, stomping grounds for the humans and mow. Organic matter in the seasons it shows. The sun, the sky, the moon, they know. Times is rough for souls and it shows. Samba lullabies, trees sway, the wind sighs. Mother Earth dances, the sky cries. Water, bodies of movement. Creation, take a hit, it's soothing. Creation, take a hit, it's soothing.
I tried to warn ya that change is coming round the corner. Prophecy, the signs upon ya. I got to read what the earth is telling me now. We got to walk in a good way, communicate in these last days. We on the brink of that feeling, and now we must start the healing. 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 The face of the earth. And now we must start the healing.
Do not tamper with natural law. Defend it.
The truth is there, it's been revealed for you to see as it is. Did you accept it? Did you change as a result for the better, or didn't you? Then you have to lie down in that bed that you made.
Middle child, second born diplomat. My nature not war, but I don't roll over like yoga mats. Blood got rage, but at my age I hold it back. Hold mics for dear life while we watch the death of facts. Misinformation, age scrolling fast. Timelines walk fine lines between sun and grass. Glooming gravel from tombs of those who rouse rabble, who stood and said, I am man, not chattel. I am not dangerous or radical, but I do get an attitude where most remain affable. Bottom line is least on my list, not a slave to capital. Yeah, I ain't for revolutions, only better living. Natural laws being broken with no fucks given. Yeah. I ain't for revolutions, only better living. Natural laws being broken with no fucks given.
This is the purpose of coming to Earth. You don't get to come here and fuck around.
And maybe this is not for us to dance about. I'm speaking dreams in my time of doubt. Can't put me in my place cause I hustle. When you stay moving, can't nobody touch you. Can't nobody touch you. Gotta find your family. I mean the folks that showing true love actually. Nah, can't nobody touch you. Except the folks are showing true love, actually. Some say it's radical, some say it's danger. Born in these states, but often feel like a stranger. Hip-hop ain't saved my life, it's saving y'all from anger. And many who life bleak, who speak and get pain from taxes, cuts, uniforms, handguns, riot gear. Got us talking faster than auctioneers. This is not militant, I am not lost in fear. Right here, I'm making my call out for like minds, dreaming on the waves brought up from the hard drives. We gotta build our own lanes, spaces, cultures in the places where they can't erase us. Yes, I respect my elders till they do something race us. Yeah.
The truth is the light. The light is deceiving the drop, the motherfucking truth on it.
And maybe this is not for us to drink about. I'm speaking dreams in my time of doubt. Can't put me in my place cause I hustle. When you stay moving, can't nobody touch you. Can't nobody touch you. Gotta find your family. I mean the folks that's showing true love actually. Nah, can't nobody touch you. Except the folks that show true love actually.
This is protected by
the armor of righteousness.
I am American, all that comes with the horror and oppression and the love that these guns get. Wars, pop star tours, oil spills, old dudes in three-piece corsets who close schools. But I am something new, something unseen, product of the past and the future that loves me. Incredibly hungry, my community cook. We commune over fire, come sit, take a look. With the verses and hooks could leave empire shook. Lovely day with a man say it's one for the books. Lovely day with a man say it's one for the books. A lovely day with a man say it's one. Yeah, and maybe this is not for us to cry about. I'm speaking dreams in my time of doubt. Can't put me in my place cause I hustle. When you stay moving, can't nobody touch you. Can't nobody touch you. Gotta find your family. I mean the folks that showing true love actually. Nah, cause can't nobody touch you. Nah, can't nobody touch you. Except the folks that showing true love actually.
Nowadays niggas wanna ball, they just wanna brawl. I'ma give them natural laws. I'ma give them natural law. I'ma give them natural law. Nowadays niggas wanna ball, they just wanna brawl. I'ma give them natural law. I'ma give them natural law. I'ma give them natural law.
And also understand that these are the principles that the dark alchemists are using against us. These are some things that have been hidden.
Key point to keep in mind here is that the occult is hidden knowledge.
Because these things were not taught to us. We were not actually taught how the mind actually works.
Stand up for yourself. I got called one of the first to see the lie we've been given. It's a possibility. We're breaking the natural rules of living. We get up and go to work. 8 hours to feed our family. Asking ourselves subconsciously how we all came damn to be prisoners to a system. They say it's human nature, but what exactly is so natural about the world today? The laws that we follow are not really laws at all. And they blame the way we behave because Adam took his fall. Adam is us. Cain is us, and Abel still dying today. But we look the other way because God said it was okay. That since we're naturally flawed, starting from original sin, that there's no way to stop ourselves from sinning again. Been in the end, beginning the middle of man, winning the title, the final chapter in evolution on it, and getting the most of change the way most of you all possess. But tell me how you follow a law if you don't know that it exists. Don't believe the hype. We've been lied to. The liars have been lied to, and those lies too. For 10,000 years we tried to hold on and be strong, but we've been faithful to a system that doesn't work for too long. Don't believe the hype. We've been lied to. The liars have been lied to, and those liars too. For 10,000 years we tried to hold on and be strong, but we've been faithful to a system that doesn't work for too long. Sing me a song from the 90s and summarize the messages of power to the people, of power to the oppressors. You guessed it, it's all against us. No big secret that big business isn't here to serve the people. The people are enslaved by, built within a system that enables it to survive. Capitalize, globalize, maximize, downsize, chastise, destroy lives, part husbands from wives. People working 12-hour days that are barely alive. Yet I live with most, barely taking a stride. They think to God they got a job and a way to provide. Not thinking about teaching the children how to keep reaching and speaking to the neighbors about seeking the truth in their lives. All because they couldn't see the truth in their eyes. This planet's not ours, we're not the final say in evolution. It wasn't meant to be this way, that's why there's revolution. But it's not against other people, it's against the institution. You can't replace new people in old positions without the same situations. So there has to be transitions, we're facing addition, replacing intuition, adjacent to tribal fiction. But it's real, we just have to be patient and wait. And don't believe the hype, cause we've been lied to. The liars have been lied to, and those liars too. For 10,000 years we tried to hold on and be strong, but we've been faithful to a system that doesn't work for too long. Don't believe the hype, we've been lied to. The liars have been lied to, and those liars too. For 10,000 years we tried to hold on and be strong, but we've been faithful to a system that doesn't work for too long. And there you have it.
Nobody owns truth. Nobody owns these laws. But they are there to help us master ourselves once again. Nothing can ever escape the law. And I'm here to shatter the counterfeit.
We are a strange breed, poison in the ground where we plant our seeds.
We gotta fertilize the soil, actualize the turmoil, then sift through the facts and the lies. The world and the war is intense, but I remain relaxed in my intents and actions.
Protected by universal law, still intact. Protected by universal law, still intact. You're all seeing nothing with 2020 functioning in 2020.
What is it that you're holding through a natural law?
You think that you can ignore it? You're ignorant. The grass ain't greener on the other genocide. But tell Huey Freeman, don't forget to cut the lawn and uproot the weeds, cause I'm not satisfied.
There's always havoc on the physical plane. I use my cosmic law to maintain
the universal message of all, which is true.
It's running through me like it runs through you.
Universal is the message of all, which is true.
It don't matter, black or white, down with red.
Universal is the message of all, which is true.
Rebirth across the earth spreads through the crew.
Universal is the message of all, which is true.
Just shed your petty differences and come a little.
Universal is the message of all, which is true.
It's running through me like it runs through you.
Universal is the message of all, which is true.
It don't matter, black or white, down with red or blue. Rebirth across the earth spreads through the crew. Just shed your petty differences and come anew. Keep on that with
in the life of detachment, my meditation I foster. Do my rituals in a habitual lotus posture. Monastic yogi, divine mother Shahobi. In the envelope of light, enlightening delight. Ignite the harmonies of the universal Godhead. With every principal aspect, the vibration of Om sends promise compassionate rays. Lit my ceremonial temple with devotional flames. Material gains vanish when you abandon delusions of ego. See through the machinery, the dreamer reads a decode. Adorn your spinal shrines with the infinite sublime. An instrument refined through an omnipresent mind, transfixed on Shiva's trident with absolute bliss. Krishna, the cosmic beloved that dances around the midst. The cosmic beloved that dances around the midst. Look inside yourself, within and without. Be an outcast, cast yourself out. Cast your lot above and below the supreme personality of Godhead. Own, look inside yourself, within and without. Be an outcast, cast yourself out. Cast your lot above and below the supreme personality of Godhead. Own.
You best believe when I leave from this den of thieves, he who achieves rolls up his sleeves and receives all that he needs. He who plants the seeds and sorts through the weeds surely succeeds as he reads the mysteries for their keys. It has occurred to me that he who prefers to be wrapped in a fleur-de-lis remains trapped in the degree of 33. As the mercury flows through the underground stream known as alchemy, how come we cannot see that we are all truly free to agree to disagree? Frequently, people speak to me as they seek to be part of the secrecy, the heart of the symphony, but it's hard to feel sympathy when you're pissed to be part of a society that lies to me and tries to see. Our minds combine to intertwine to find the underlying sign or key. Press rewind to get behind the pure fantasy. Unwind the tie that binds tragedy and travesty to the divine bloodline before flood time up to his majesty.
Look inside yourself, within and without. Be an outcast, cast yourself out. Cast your lot above and below the supreme personality of Godhead. Own, look inside yourself, within and without. Be an outcast, cast yourself out. Cast your lot above and below the supreme personality of Godhead. Own. I see the embodiment of the goddess in your form. In a million wombs you've been born and have been born. Forth into the fire, giving back to Mother Gaia. Transmigration, chasing after a desire. Retire, cause imaginary seeds can never bear cotton. Drunk on the senses we've forgotten and been watching. Part and parcel buried under so much illusion. What we can do is be panders in this war of dissolution. Look inside yourself, within and without. Be an outcast, cast yourself out. Cast your lot above and below the supreme personality of Godhead. Own, look inside yourself, within and without. Be an outcast, cast yourself out. Cast your lot above and below the supreme personality of Godhead. Own.
So the laws of nature expressed by the Hermetic tradition are set in stone and hermetically sealed, and this tradition does a really good job of explaining the underlying principles of natural law.
Let's look at some basic definitions and working definitions. Let's define natural law. This is what we're going to be talking about for the rest of the day. We have to define it. The simple definition of natural is inherent, having a basis in nature, reality, and truth, not made or caused by humankind. So if it's natural, wasn't made by mankind, didn't make it. Right? And again, the origin of the word, neter in Egyptian, means spirit, and all means of or related to. So of or related to spirit, it is all of nature, the spiritual domain. So this is the other part. Natural means spiritual. These words could be used interchangeably. So when I'm talking about natural law, I mean spiritual law. The word law is, the definition is an existing condition which is both binding and immutable. So let's look at each one of these words. Existing. It means that it is present. It is present. Okay? It cannot be just ignored and expected that, well, that doesn't make it true, and it's not going to have an effect. It's there. It's present. That's why it's a law, that it's in operation. That is in operation. It is binding. Binding means it has an effect. It means it doesn't matter whether you believe that it has an effect. It doesn't matter whether you understand that it has an effect. It doesn't care. And this is another big hammer to the ego. The human ego wants to hear what it wants to hear. One of the things it wants to hear is, the universe cares about you. It doesn't care whether you don't know. It doesn't care whether you're nescient or ignorant. It's in effect, it's binding, and it is immutable. Immutable means that nothing you can ever do can ever change it. It is in effect eternally. Because man didn't put it into effect. You know who put it into effect? The creator of the universe.
Universal law. We reap from what we sow. This is based on a true story of this kid I know. 1, 2, 1, 2. If what goes around comes around, it goes up, it comes down. We reap from what we sow, universal law still holds ground. I knew this kid that couldn't grasp it, he preached but didn't live it. He was handed the truth but still unable to get it. He spoke with lies and deception, constantly stirring strife, twisted situations to make himself look right. Lies between fact and fiction were blurred beyond belief. Fronted the image of golden boy but was honestly a thief. Drama blown beyond proportion until his stress became a nuisance. Blamed the world for his troubles and the things that he was doing. But exposed for his actions, he turns into the victim. Claimed he was lied about in all honesty and wisdom. Exposed for his deeds and begged for mercy where he gave none. It all came back around regardless of how he run. Everyone he called his bluff and he still refused to fold. He gained a life without respect if the truth be ever told. We got to understand this is universal law. Whatever we give out comes back to where we are. What we sow, what we get is what we give. The outcome of us is based on how we live.
Don't you understand, man? Universal law, universal law. Don't you understand? Can't slick talk on the day of judgment. Universal law.
Time has gone by and this kid is still struggling. He's done seen it all, yes, from Denver to Dublin. He's the product of everything out to crush and mistrust. Walks all by as lonely in the full pursuit of lust. Make excuses for his downfalls with no need for action. Carries a negative vibe with himself his only passion. He speaks in monotones laced with racism. Swearing he's on a straight and narrow, holding the highest position. Trusted by no man because he trusts no man. Every ordeal is just a complication. Addicted to the drama and feels lost without it. No desire to climb, he'd rather stare at the mountain. He blames everyone he knows except for himself. Anytime a hand is offered, he insists he needs no help. Is he a shattered vessel or just corrupt-minded? He's been given the answers but refuses to find them.
We got to understand this is universal law. Whatever we give out comes back to where we are. We reap what we sow, what we get is what we give. The outcome of us is based on how we live. Don't you understand, man? Universal law, universal law. Don't you understand? Can't slick talk on the day of judgment. Universal law.
Half a lifetime has passed with no show of improvement. He slowly comes to realize that he can no longer do it. He cries to the skies asking God, can you hear me? I give up. I give up. I'll do it your way if you can only show me how. I'm at rock bottom and I can't go farther down. Now the lines have been drawn while the new day dawns. In order to overcome, he must first correct his wrongs. He speaks truth instead of lies, gives what he had stolen, and learn to stand his ground instead of folding. He had to learn to trust, so his mind will be clear. Now steps over mountains in efforts to persevere. He walks in integrity and now collects respect. A changed man through grace that can obtain God's best. He seeks wisdom instead of gold when it comes to gaining wealth, and knows if he wants the world to change, he must first change himself.
I understand this is universal law. Whatever we give out comes back to where we are. We reap what we sow, what we get is what we give. The outcome of us is based on how we live.
Don't you understand, man? Universal law, universal law. Don't you understand? Can't slip talk on the day of judgment. Universal law.
Spiritual truth that is natural law, and the central tenet of natural law, which is set into place by the creative force behind the universe, so it supersedes any law that's been written by any man through the ages. And this is called many other names. It's known by many other descriptions. It's called universal law, karmic law, the law of cause and effect, consequentialism. It's had many different names through the ages, and it's the central spiritual core of all the major world religions as well.
You don't want the effect, don't produce the cause. What we live by is natural laws. You don't want the effect, don't produce the cause. What we live by is natural law. Industrial age, molecular terrorism. Fed your personality through your television. Pure poetry is what I use to fuse the exorcism. With the elixir man distracting suckers from the hypnotism. It's the music, drop and snare. Cultural collision, we be mixing in the new world. Steady contradiction, backpack kids. Half them hobbled out, half them pimping. Gotta take control, gotta make your own decision. They had 5-1, but they fumbled the ball. Now we up 6-4, and I'm simply enthralled. So who with me? Gonna stay for the long haul. We got the sonic equation to a mark call. Getting tossed in a Walmart, save the earth, y'all. We got these corporations selling it off at low cost. Getting hard to breathe, paper towels made of trees, while hemp is illegal in the land of the free. You don't want the effect, don't produce the cause. What we live by is natural law. We got the wrecking ball smashed through a shopping mall. And what we live by is natural laws. You don't want the effect, don't produce the cause. And what we live by is natural law. We give y'all the yes, y'all, you give us applause. And what we live by is natural laws.
I had this hypothesis that this planet was a molecule. Got high off some shit till I had solid proof. I kinda saw the truth, so now I rally troops and call the youths. That perfect future won't just fall out the blue. Plus the kings of this land, they don't know how to rule. Making promises that they won't follow through. Connoisseurs are dancing on the roof of a burning building. I turn to children for the point of view that everything you do affects what follows you. And many live without a clue, adding rotten chunks to this pot of stew. The gene pool moves slow and steady like the tortoise do, as we learn how to choose fortitude over morbid moods. Yo, there's always more to do. You wanna make God smile on you? Let your knowledge improve and use it as a power tool. College roots ain't all that polish you. Open your mind in solitude or on the move, and all the rules will be taught to you. You don't want the effect, don't produce the cause. What we live by is natural laws. We in the belly of the beast, crawling straight out the jaws. And what we live by is natural laws. You don't want the effect, and don't produce the cause. What we live by is natural laws. You can shoot for the stars, cause this life here is yours. And what we live by is natural laws.
Understand the laws of correspondence and causality.
If you follow something which is correct, which is in harmony with truth, you are going to arrive at something that is based in morality, because it is in alignment with natural law.
But unfortunately, humanity has been manipulated to forget this great spiritual truth, or just not understand it and not apply it to their lives, and that's why we're seeing all the stuff play out that we do.
The transmutation of temperament is comparatively simple, because all of nature is on your side when you try to do it. But if you are tempted away from it by ulterior motives, it can be very difficult.
The structure of the world itself is such. It functions on natural law, and the natural law is a powerful regenerative process. There's a process of regeneration that continues and grows and is endless. It's absolutely endless if everyone agrees to the law and follows the law.
nature is forever a friend. It is always the source of growth and progress, and it is also an endless cause of beauty. But when we begin to misuse nature, then it gradually turns into a monster of unruly and horrible proportions. Nature abused becomes a source of tragedy for all concerned.
Another aspect of the Comitian tradition was the goddess Ma'at, perhaps one of the most powerful allegorical representations was Ma'at. There was no higher god or goddess than Ma'at, because she represented natural law itself. She was the law. Okay? So the goddess Ma'at represented truth, law, and justice among the Comitian people. The purpose of coming into harmony with the teachings of Ma'at, this mother goddess figure, was to learn how to avoid self-inflicted chaos by learning the laws of morality, and thus not generating chaos for yourself by choosing wrong action. And the society would thus not generate social chaos by choosing wrong action in the aggregate. As a whole culture, they would definitively, objectively know the difference between right and wrong behavior as a whole, and therefore they would embrace Ma'at and not go into a state of self-inflicted chaos. Maybe if more people would have stepped up, taught this to more people, and they would have gained the courage to teach it to a wider audience, we wouldn't have gone down the path we did as a species, namely into slaves.
It's just one more arrogant attempt by humans to control nature. It's what got us in trouble in the first place. Doesn't anybody understand that? Interfering with nature. Leave nature alone. Haven't we done enough?
It makes me sick to see elements against nature. Make the rhyme, excite your mind to the tick-tock, because we're running out of time like an hourglass. I shift through the sands and wait for Mother Nature with the fine ass to right what you wrong in the past.
And when the earth, the water, the atmosphere is corrupted, then it will create its own reaction. Mother is reacting.
Yeah, mama, ain't no stopping her. Bring up the temperature, you can call the officer. Bring on the bombs and the guns and the onslaught. She cannot be on it, she cannot be bought. I said, yeah, mama, ain't no controlling her. Bring up the temperature, call to the warriors. Bring on the troops, bring the tanks and your soldiers. She will not be on no more, we taking over. Yeah, mama, ain't no stopping her. Bring up the temperature, you can call the officers. Bring on the bombs and the guns and the onslaught. She cannot be on it, she will not be bought. I said, yeah, mama, ain't no controlling her. Bring up the temperature, move for your culture. Move, giving the same tools now use. What you've been given to stay true, don't lose. Side of the struggle, we all bruise, now choose. Don't let the institution control your own views. Get educated and you can build your own schools. Be independent but think collective, no rules. Nobody rules you or your thoughts, and that's true. Mama Earth providing the crops, we love you. Mama, ain't no stopping her. Bring up the temperature, you can call the officer. Bring on the bombs and the guns and the onslaught. She cannot be on it, she will not be bought. I said,
no stopping, no controlling, no holding back the flash flooding. Then sudden disaster after poking around about provoking. Still poaching, left broken hearted, but she returned with a burning touch. There's so much to learn, but not enough. And she's the channelman, excuse him from the elements. Intelligence has no relevance, reduce him to their hell's intent. The room fills with fumes that naturally brings your doom. Reciting the wrong passage and never move past it. Yes, I'm ready, no regretting. Water treading against the current when your bankruptcy's deterring. The message isn't so urgent with the sands of the hour begin to dry up. Everyone will be trying to hold on to that last piece of dust that against the wind you begin to rust. Just when acid tears fell from the sky, might as well have been from the third eye.
The great Earth Mother has shaken many civilizations from our backs. And unless we want something to happen of that kind, we've got to correct ourselves, because nature will not allow us to fail. Therefore, when it gets to a vital point, a major correction is necessary, which will not be pleasant any more than punishing a wayward child is pleasant, but has to be. In the long run, life has to survive, man has to grow, and the world has to unfold its potential.
They wanna offshore drill on her, make oil spill on her, put landfill on her, clear cut mill on her, big wall killing her, print dollar bill on her, make man willing to rape man, pillage or it's over. Enter the cops out on the block getting they quota. Temperature drops and everybody getting colder. Who is a controller? Mama gon' show ya. You can never tame her, train her, or control her. You can only worship, caretaker, and holder. Mama is the life giver, taker, and owner of our spirit, mind, and body. Our life we owe her. Some will never know her power and never show her love and affection. She will never lose. Mama are providing our life. We love you, Mama.
In the Hopi prophecy, they say the storms and floods will become greater.
The Pacific waters rise. Now you sing the songs of mystics.
Yes, there's something going on.
The great Earth Mother has shaken many civilizations from our back.
All the toxicity, the chemtrails, everything really does reflect how much we've allowed ourselves to lose ourselves to the Matrix program.
David is the love. Ego is Goliath. The slingshot is the truth. The war is fought inside us. Jerusalem means place of peace for which we must be striving. The 12 tribes are the astrologic signs, disguised and silent. For the fallen sons and daughters, for the walls and wars and wires, for the mourning of the people, songs of orphans and the righteous, for the human, for the loving us, for the blood we've been supplied with. Recline and realize all this time we've been misguided. How many planet Earths are there? Why aren't we united? Every nation worships God, so tell me, how can God divide us? How can hunger be so heavy as it intertwines with violence and diseases dance like deadly dreams that spring from space devices? We'll survive it, cause the truth is out. We know now who's behind it. No, I'm not known for preaching. Listen, these are works inspired. My favorite Greek's Prometheus, who's seen the tables turn, stole fire from the so-called gods and gave it to the world because something is happening. I feel a change. Something is happening. I feel a change coming on. Something is happening. Do you feel strange? You feel something? Follow me, come on. Bombs and scud missiles bring thunder and earthquakes, Black Hawk and rockets, tornadoes and storms. Tanks and grenade launchers bring lightning and hurricanes. Don't nobody like 'em. Love no more. Bombs and scud missiles bring thunder and earthquakes, Black Hawks and rockets, tornadoes and storms. Tanks and grenade launchers bring lightning and hurricanes. I look outside and see storms. Now I know you probably wonder about the whispers in the halls and the rise of secret symbols and all the mysteries involved. And certain movies hint the truth you just can't put your finger on. Dangerous and hidden. Yes, there's something going on, but you must seek to see it and know it's nothing you've heard. I'm not known for preaching. These are inspiration words. And my favorite Greek's Prometheus, who's seen the tables turn, stole the fire from the so-called gods and gave it to the world. Somehow right now that's happening when we see the old from new, detaching from the matrix and freaking like a Rubik's Cube. Come on, something is happening. I feel a change. Something is happening. I feel a change coming on. Something is happening. Come on. Bombs and scud missiles bring thunder and earthquakes, Black Hawk and rockets, tornadoes and storms. Tanks and grenade launchers bring lightning and hurricanes. I look outside and see storms.
Nature has symbolic equivalents for all of the intemperances of man. We look around us and we see 6 billion people breaking natural laws.
Natural disaster. We
and tornadoes. Natural disaster. Natural disaster. Read the birth pains before the new age. Releasing power gas to flow to awaken the earth. To wildfires and tornadoes. Natural disaster.
For centuries I've laid by the wayside with mankind. I've cracked granite and flesh simultaneously. Seismic agents of chaotic tendencies that last shot at the world as it sleeps. Third eye visually without remorse. I put a void between words and what actually is. All attempts to forecast and comprehend my devastating waves are futile. From tremor to quake, state to state, from Turkey to Bombay. This breakdown of hope and material will fall beyond boundary. With the night silence is shattered by indelible screams. My nature's wisdom was written in Dead Sea Scrolls. Ranted as man's role, watches the evil plateau. Technologically, what that mean is no logic is me. Massive attack against man and nature's blessed union. My melody's magnitude deadly. Forged from the rawest element Jamaica sent me.
Natural disaster. Read the birth pains before the new age. Releasing power gas to flow to awaken the earth. To wildfires and tornadoes. Natural disaster. Natural disaster. Read the birth pains before the new age. Releasing power gas to flow to awaken the earth. To wildfires and tornadoes. Natural disaster.
Do not tamper with natural law.
I think this is an interesting time. I think that people are interested once more in formulating a different society. I think people are kind of bored of being exploited. They're bored with a cultural narrative that supports elitism and exploits the people. I think of contemporary bipartisan politics as a meaningless spectacle designed to distract you.
The weed keep my vibe in alignment. Been knocking out songs like assignments. I don't brag a lot and don't condone violence. I'm saying something these rappers promote silence. I'm on my live free or die. Not from New Hampshire, new breed, new design. The flow not amateur, I rap my whole life. Feeling lucky, I guess rappers trapped their whole life. They can't read or write, the shit ain't even right. I feel bad for the children that relate and click like some goofy little kids, 1-2 looking kids. Focus on gimmicks while police shoot little kids. Damn. How could you not want a song about it? There's a lot going on, that's what's wrong about it. No one cares about the money when you floss and count it. I'm more concerned that you look like you be lost without it.
Truth hurts, truth hurts. Everything's fair cause money's fun. Truth hurts, truth hurts. Everyone's fucking, let's give it a word. Truth hurts, truth hurts. The gang's been we were getting word. Truth hurts, truth hurts. Everyone's fucking, let's give it a word.
Understandably, these sheep can't handle me. You keep it 100, you lose fans randomly. I don't trust governments, believe in forms of anarchy. Every time I see police, the only time I'm panicky. Then they put you on pills for depression. Alleviate you walking around filled with aggression. You know something's wrong, but the pills just suppress it. Addiction getting worse, feel like you kill for the next hit. Damn, they got me hooked on this shit. When I just smoke weed, they threw the book at me. Shit, this don't make sense. They some crooks getting rich. Inject you when you're born, it's a play and bait and switch. I wish a rapper tell the truth about it. Instead I hear a rapper brag about moving powder. Keep us divided, the people are losing power. While leaders at the top, they use and abuse the power.
Truth hurts, truth hurts. Everything's fair cause money's fun. Truth hurts, truth hurts. Everyone's fucking, let's give it a word. Truth hurts, truth hurts. The gang's been we were getting word. Truth hurts, truth hurts. Everyone's fucking, let's give it a word.
Have you seen it lately? Have you taken a good look at it lately? It's fucking embarrassing. Only a nation of unenlightened half-wits could have taken this beautiful place and turned it into what it is today, a shopping mall. A big fucking shopping mall. You know that? That's all you got.
Come on, tell me about your problems. Come on, tell me about your problems. Come on, tell me about your problems.
The problem with me is that I think too much, relying on this pen and this ink too much, and I do too much. I'm on always on tour, accumulating points till I forgot about the score. And the problem with you is you don't think at all. Your brain's dead weight, so you sink and you fall. You drink and you smoke till your motivation's gone. And you know this is true, so you hate this song. The problem with me is codependency. So afraid of the day that you won't remember me. Knee deep in anxiousness, needy like an infant. Escapism, beats, rhymes, alcohol, and women. The problem with you let yourself stop believing. And now you're afraid of your own thoughts and feelings. Forgot how to share what I love most about you. Lost your voice, now no choice but to doubt. Now the problem with the world, the lack of respect for our earth, for our children, for the future we neglect, for the morals, for the values, for the God that we select. Millions die every day without a cause to effect. The problem with the revolution is never gonna happen through these marches, through this music, through these rapping, through these communists, these socialists, or any other faction. Armchair activists, all talk, no action. The problem with the people that I stay surrounded. Armchair activists, all talk, no action. The problem with the people that I stay surrounded. Armchair activists, all talk, no action. The problem with the people that I stay surrounded. Armchair activists, talk, act. Problem people that I stay surrounded with. They all want to replace faith with a psychologist. Bring me evolution where the thinking is pollution. When they're swallowing the balance and they're drinking the solutions. The problem with the people that I won't stand next to. They don't hear the songs that we sing for the rescue. The keys of life, the bass lines of sadness. So people that don't have, reach out and grab it. Problem with hip-hop, nothing at all. It's an art form, it ranges and it changes, it evolves. It's not always for the better, but be patient with the y'all. For our time will come and the wicked will fall. The problem with this song is it's not long enough to say how f***ed up it is that we live in this way.
So, that's the hard truth.
Judgment and discernment are what allow us to effectively process information, filter out inaccuracies, make sense of all that information that's coming in, and then make accurate decisions regarding which course of action will lead to the betterment of our overall experience. That's the role of discernment and judgment.
To the mountain if you must. Go to the burning bush. Heavy would ease your troubled mind. I'll be prepared to stay behind. I know you better than you think I do. Don't worry, dear. This is why I fell in love with you. The man in the looking glass is looking back as you would like. You can't hide from the truth because the truth is all there is. You can't hide from the truth because the truth is all there is. You can't hide from the truth because the truth is all there is. You can't hide. If happy times are too few and far between, it's a pity, dear. We can't erase the things we've seen. So disappear, vanish if you wish. Just go before you're swallowed up by bitterness. And the truth is, you can't hide from the truth. And the truth hurts because the truth is all there is. I realized some time ago that I would have to let you go. May not be true to say that you return one day, but in your present state, you may as well not be here at all. You wear a thin disguise, it's from yourself you hide. Just take a look at us, we are heading for a fall.
Now presiding in this court of hip-hop justice. My rap forte is judge, jury, bailiff for prosecuting DA, considerus, paraphrase. My modus operandi is carpe diem, whether de facto or de jure. Comprende the people versus you ain't a sensei. Teaching that style of wordplay, weaker than Wednesday. Regardless of what your friends say, they're all dissable, stricken from the record and deemed inadmissible. While this long arm with the law grabs a mic to shoot dope lines first and ask questions later. The death sentences of this live litigator to close the case tighter than the jaws of a gator. Stenographer, the steady logging, the jargon that your counselors are barking in hopes of a plea bargain. But when you read back verbatim what they're saying to persuade them, you realize exactly how I play them. I come with the truth, whole truth, and nothing but, cause the truth hurts just as much as fucking with live will. I prove skill with refills from now until plagiarizing MCs get their flows distilled.
Baby, I won't die without you by my side, as long as you return into these arms that burn. Baby, I won't die, just take a look inside, into these eyes that burn, come to these arms that yearn. I won't die if you leave me high, I won't die if you're not by my side. And the truth hurts, because the truth is all there is. And the truth hurts, because the truth is all there is. You can't hide from the truth, cause the truth is all there is. You can't hide from the truth.
I guess that I can say whatever I wanna say, but I know that there's a consequence, but I can't dumb down my consciousness.
But what you know? Not enough, so I conduct my research in the cuts. Bump and excuse the static. The hell.
I try my best to set an example, saying hype lyrics over hip-hop samples. In my mind is what you need to make a decision. The answer's in your face, so be sure to use your vision. What only matters, all the facts, not the fiction.
I like my information factual, of course, to be aware of reality around me, and I obey the golden rule.
Adhering to the rules and laws of nature, superb in its size is greater than any one-track mind.
He started off
waking up the mind, waking up the soul, sunshine from the mother. Let's take the stroll.
I walk the road of justice and morality.
Cause nature obeys its own laws. It's the forces of nature, they be pushing through the winds, pushing through these lives that we're in. This touch of life as it begins.
It's time for the realness. Situation ain't funny no more, sonny. It's time to get your head right, pull up your bootstraps and get your think tight.
Come on and face reality.
We look every single place except deep inside ourselves.
Scared to use intelligence, your methods are irrelevant.
At times I have to turn around and laugh at myself for letting such little things get the best of me, prohibiting me from reaching my destiny. That's impossible.
I reevaluated, contemplated, and concentrated my energy in the direction of the sacred.
I'm facing an illiterate nation without consideration, contemplation, concentration, consecration. Dependable and stable, I'm willing and able to execute the plan for the destiny of man. Rely on God's hand to grow vegetables on land. Here's a testament to rhythm. You get vexed by the system and then they tell you it's professionalism. But that's not wisdom, it's a prison. Defiance to tyrants, non-compliant science. Self-reliance is David versus Goliath in the land of giants. I won't be silenced. Defiance to tyrants, non-compliant science. Self-reliance is David versus Goliath in the land of giants. I won't be silenced. Here's a testament to rhythm. You get vexed by the system and then they tell you it's professionalism. But that's not wisdom, it's a prison. Dependable and stable, I'm willing and able to execute the plan for the destiny of man. Rely on God's hand to grow vegetables on land. I'm facing
An illiterate nation without consideration, contemplation, concentration, consecration.
Do not tamper with natural law. Defend it.
Exercising discernment and judgment is how we diagnose problems, how we diagnose what we are currently doing wrong, so that we may arrive at knowledge about how to solve any given problem. That's how you arrive at the solution. You have to exercise discernment and judgment so you know what went wrong. Where did we make the mistake? How can we correct that? Okay? And this is true whether the problem is existing at a personal level or at a societal level.
To slave in these big plantations, fussing and fighting among ourselves. Nothing to achieve this way, it's worse than hell. I say, get up and fight for your rights, my brothers. Get up and fight for your rights, my sisters.
What is the definition of a right? And the problem here on Earth is that 99.9% of the people of the Earth cannot give that correct answer. Right is that which is both correct and moral.
Took us away from civilization, brought us to slave in these big plantations, fussing and fighting among ourselves. Nothing to achieve this way, it's worse than hell. I say, get up and fight for your rights, my brothers. Get up and fight for your rights, my sisters. Get up and fight for your rights, my brothers. Get up and fight for your rights, my sisters. Get up and fight for your rights, my brothers.
By all means necessary.
Take back what's yours, and that's water and fire and earth. Air with price tags, water and fire and earth. They didn't make that water and fire and earth. They don't control that water and fire and earth. We let them hold that, our birthrights first. They can't control that. Water is birthright first. They cannot own that. Air is birthright first. They can't control that. Freedom of space, I want freedom of space.
One more arrogant attempt by humans to control nature.
In the beginning was the Om. Sing along, I and I. Let there be fire, let there be light, let there be earth and life within waters. Why I gotta turn around and pay you for it? I can't ignore it cause we slung by traps. Pretty soon they'll be charging us a sunrise tax. Black air gets thicker and thicker from raw greed. We don't need weed and liquor, now we just breathe. And the oil is Earth's blood, so you own that as thieves. While the rulers and the rich celebrate, we all bleed. Pierce through the shadows of invisible schemes. And we want our tomorrows right now by all means.
No shepherds, no sheep, no leaders for the meek. Just lead yourself and no one else, brother, don't preach. Just speak from an equal place of understanding. Don't look down on each other, don't be so damn demanding. I'm planning to rap until there's nothing left to say. I'll keep putting out free music till my hair turns gray. They say I'm crazy for voluntarily using my skill to enrich the community more than a motherfucking shill. Still, everywhere I look, this art is corrupted. Like it's funny that money is all that you're in love with. Something's gotta give, but really when will we get it? That the way we treat each other and ourselves is pathetic. Elected officials aren't too different from the priests. They're both mortal men giving God-like authority. Indeed, there's no reason why any of this should be beyond superstition. You've been conditioned to need. I breathe, feeling air fully expand in my lungs, meditating upon humanity and all that we've done from the midst of antiquity to the last 100 years. See, historic distortions are really all that is clear. No fear of admittance that I don't know it all, but I know that only a fool would ever trust a Foucault pendulum to be anything like proof of rotation. It's proof of nothing other than mass obfuscation. I'm making a better world through my daily interactions, and so will you, no matter what is yet to happen. I'm asking, what do you think love of one another's worth? Is the meaning of life apparent, or do we really need to search? Words retain a meaning, but they still fall short of describing our lives. So from here on forth, acknowledge that thoughts are always fluid in nature, but language is rigid like systems of binomial nomenclature. It's chambered the logic through a constant profit addiction, cause living ain't as cheap as I want it. Flawless victory vividly when I spit a soliloquy about this weird ass world and the things that it did to me. Initially, I could never see a better way until I realized you can't lose if you don't play, and I'm not playing the game. This is my only shot to educate and entertain with the skill that I got. Thoughts lost in a cycle, corrupting us all with greed. Even Rand Paul, after all, still bows to Tel Aviv. Don't be deceived by the wolves that walks amongst the sheep. Be as wise as serpents, verdant as the leaf on a tree. Free from all the inner conflict that propaganda breeds. When you let it into your mental faculties, it's actually gaslighting on a worldwide scale. How can I go on fighting when it seems that I'll fail? Hail to the chief, more like hail to the fool. While the kids pledging allegiance every day in the schools to a system that doesn't give a single flying fuck about the populace that doesn't care themselves too damn much. I'm no shepherd and you're no sheep. Peace. I'm no shepherd and you're no sheep. This the one and only Smoke Man. Peace.
Anarchy is the state of existence where there are no masters and no slaves. Therefore, what it really means is the absence of slavery, or in other words, true freedom.
That we don't even hear them calling us. One day I'll have some seeds and I'll be teaching them more, cause my country only teaches fuck with us and go to war. The rich are getting fatter while they keeping us poor. Then they spit right in our face and tell us that we ain't pure. I'm here to make a difference, baby, anything could happen. I never thought I'd find myself in Iceland rapping, but I'm living proof for all the elders and the youth. It's time to expose the lies and uplift the truth. Come on, you know the state of the world.
Understand, man, universal law.
Trying to stay focused, so I pray to God to solve what I can't cope with. See my people all struggling, this evil got us juggling. Bricks rock for quick stocks, New York slowly crumbling. Shorties is wildin', 13 hitting the island, while black on black violence keeps the government smiling. Giuliani's out, but there's still more traces that the next candidate in this place could be a racist. And pig faces coppers won't hesitate to drop a full clip of copper in your dome. Invade your space and home, let alone the NSA can trace your homes, cause they laced your phone. What's the remedy out these gates when your enemy of the state, public and I'm one? Cause of the way your jeans fit your shape. Shit, you think you struggle sevenfolds? My heaven's cold, completely opposite what Reverend's told. This hellish earth gave us a devilish soul. Instead of worshiping Jah, we chose to cherish gold. At a time I saw the clearest road. The NBA running plays with Derek Cole. Those were the days, my dreams turned to fantasies. I lost logic, it seems we were stamped to be mere products of environments full up of drugs and gunfire and duck wars and idle men. These streets preach retirement early if you ain't cautious. You taking losses, loud niggas get it, quiet niggas rep with 4/5. You know the codes on these shipwreck roads. When it's pitch black toads to get you in my city, son.
What's connecting people. The hip-hop world is what's connecting people. Take your eyes out of the display and focus on my minds. This world's cherishing its phones and neglecting its people. Fuck selecting your equals, though everybody's trying to be anti-elitistic. I sit down, watch TV and conclude that nobody is it. Here is the reason. See, cultures committing mutual suicide with a mutual belief that the other one's acted in indecency. Politically, it's not about running campaigns, it's about running away from responsibility. Globally, the herd's hierarchies, highest authority is chosen in the favor of the dick with blood that's green. Do you really think the thugs and fiends are the things that shrug the peace? The green-blooded dick fucks politics through the lobbyists. The obvious is also the scientists who wrote the modern-day prophecies of constant deception. For example, cold fusion has left us in confusion. So while global temperature's rising, I won't ever be moralizing. You want to call me pseudo-political or whatever, this is neither about being naive or cynical. This is right. Know the state of the world. You understand, man, universal law.
Ladies and gentlemen, government is slavery.
Pops up the ladies and mom kept the babies in. Do right, 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 do right. Pops up the ladies and mom kept the babies in. Do right, 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 do right.
Now we realize that it is a more simple problem, right and wrong in constant conflict. Right builds up the vibratory rates of the body, results in conduct and action which assists and strengthens the vibratory rates of nature, and helps us all to grow, be happy, helps the flowers to bloom and all these things, whereas a contamination of this field can result in everything that is detrimental and destructive.
Natural law is the body of universal, non-man-made, binding and immutable laws which act as the governing dynamics for the consequences of human behavior. And I wouldn't even just qualify it as just human behavior, but the behavior of beings anywhere throughout the entire cosmos that have the capacity for holistic intelligence. That's not saying we are beings that are holistically intelligent, okay? Because most people are not holistically intelligent. But all human beings, for the most part, have the capacity for holistic intelligence. I should say most human beings.
To really know natural law is to know what actions we do not have a right to do, because taking them is harming another being or their property.
Pop up the ladies and pump up the babies and do right, 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 do right. Pop up the ladies and pump up the babies and do right, 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 making music.
If we are able to do that which is right, we realize that all the benevolencies of life come from a power beyond ourselves. The fruit on our trees, the grass that grows under our feet, everything that we have belongs to a natural law, a natural procedure in space. We can benefit from it. We can be wonderful gardeners in the garden that has been given to us. But when we subdivide it and sell it off, we're in trouble. This world is a world ruled by one divine plan.
Nature is our God, we surviving over here. Natural, we keep it live over here.
I appreciate nature and all that exists around me.
So, when we perceive the ways of nature, we remove conflict within ourselves and discover a harmony of body and mind in accord with the flow of the universe.